Hello, hello. It's probably going to be a shorter stream today, just because I have work at 11, so I won't be here super long, but I wanted to stream nonetheless. Working on this Cassante piece as our next Pride piece. Just trying to get my cables out of the way so I can actually rest my hand in a comfortable position. Oh, man. Little iced tea. Oh, welcome in. Just now saw your thing. Damn, TFT's going that bad? Yeah, not feeling super talkative today. Kind of just here to draw and hang out. I don't know, kind of having one of those brain haze kind of days. a lot of really complicated patterns in Casante's design. Also lots of like difficult textures as well. Oh, thanks for the lurk, man. Certainly trying. Oh man. Always enjoy seeing the line art processes. Yeah, it's certainly a time. Dude, Cassante is going to kill me with the line art because there's so many little details in his design. Yeah. Oh god, the colors are going to be a nightmare. is so hot. Oh my god, so many patterns. Last time I drew something with this many patterns, I was doing a commission for a friend of mine on Blue Sky. I know there's a word for these patterns, I just don't know if it's, I don't remember it, first off, and I don't know if it's appropriate for Casante's specific representation culturally. I have to create another layer to do his weapons on. So I want to keep those isolated from the rest of the design, just for my own sanity. Lines down to where everything is on its fucking boots. It was a little weird to me how they kind of made his boots look like they're basically made out of wood and string. Oh boy. Well, we have an ad in 8 minutes. And we have some more people, which welcome in. Whew. Oh boy, another one of these. I spent so much time on this shoe already. Nope, it's the eraser still. Now, this other negative space is going to be covered by his weapons. There'll be some areas where things from his outfit poke through. Let's get rid of the sketch layer and see how the line art looks so far. No, admittedly, it looks better than I thought it was going to. We're gonna add in 1 minute. So I'll wait until the ad starts, and I'm gonna get up and go grab another drink since I'm out of my iced tea and almost out of my water bottle. No, I am actually out of my water. I will be right back. There we go. We are officially back. Let's see. Trying to rationalize the shape of these fucking things in my head. Rolling a 17. Yeah, you know what? It's a good roll any other day of the week. With modifiers, is a 23 hit? Jeez, I'd hope so. If a 23 doesn't hit, just assume that you're fucked. Honestly. God, I hate the shape of these fucking things. That's not quite right. I may end up taking a break from Cassante. Let them roll dice for damage and just say, well, the sword hits with the enemy teehees. Oh no. Yeah, that's how you know that it's going to be a bad encounter. You hit the enemy with everything you've got and they just kind of shrug at you. Because Cassante has so many details, it drives me up a wall. But, I think in terms of line art, I think we made some really good progress with Cassante today. And his kit and his appearance? Yeah. Yeah, well. We're gonna work on our little satyr druid. She might be ready to start her colors. Wanted to keep things a little bit balanced so that way I have at least one drawing that's aimed towards like fundraiser posts, and then I have another one that's purely just for me because I just want to have a little something to draw. Sorry, I have to draw at least, at least a couple women a week, or else the creature whom I sold my soul to in order to learn how to draw will take back everything. And, well, that just wouldn't be fun. Add her border art, or her border lines now. It's so hot. Too tired for this shit, dude. Hey Fox, how you doing? Welcome in. Thankfully, nobody's missed much because I haven't been super talkative today. Just feeling like weirdly tired, probably because it's so fucking hot. So I haven't really been talking much. I'm just kind of sitting here drawing, working on line art for one of the other fundraiser pieces, and now I'm doing a little personal stuff too, as a treat. Every time this particular song on this playlist starts up, my brain mistakes this intro for the opening to Do You Wish That You Loved Me by Sleep Token. It's a very similar vibe. Worked quite a bit of overtime next week, so this week's paycheck is going to be pretty nice. I have made the decision, though, that this week I won't be ordering any furniture, and instead I'm just going to pay my my internet bill a couple weeks early, and order some groceries, because I did overspend quite a bit last week. Because I ordered a box fan for my bedroom, which I'm trying not to leave running while I'm streaming because the noise is quite a bit much. But I ordered a box fan for my bedroom, I ordered the entertainment stand for my living room, and then because I worked and managed to be able to not be at work Friday night, since I had worked in the afternoon and the morning, I went to the Final Fantasy pre-release for Magic with some of my friends, and I spent more than I intended on spending. So I won't be doing any big expenditures this week that aren't completely necessary, just to compensate for that. Final Fantasy pre-release, who would do that? Yeah, right? So, I spent a lot more than I thought I was going to spend at the pre-release. To paint the picture for you, so I paid for my pre-release entry, Craig's pre-release entry, because he wasn't able to do it, and I really wanted to make sure that everyone could hang out and play. So I covered his entry, and then I bought one of the pre-con commander decks from Final Fantasy, and I bought food later on when he and I were on our way home. He paid for his own food, but I paid for mine, obviously. But between everything that day, I spent something like $200 and something, close to $250, which was way outside of what I had actually budgeted for, so that was stupid of me. Plus, I had stuff that I had to cover the following day, which was mainly like I had to place an order to get my to order my groceries and a bunch of other stuff. Plus the fact that I just paid for like the box fan and the entertainment stand. So that day, pretty much, I had money that I put aside, because I put aside half my paycheck every week to put towards rent for the upcoming month. And then I have money that's for me to spend, which is about 50% of my paycheck. That one Friday and the following Saturday doing grocery shopping and everything was the whole of the money that I had allocated for myself, which was supposed to last until this Friday. So yeah, it was a bad move, but I had a good time. And I would much rather spend money on one night of a really good time with like people that matter to me than deny myself the ability to have a good time just for the sake of like, oh, well, I've got a few extra bucks. Like, fuck that. If I abruptly die from heat stroke, then that money wouldn't matter. So I that was just one of those things where like I really just want to go, you know, I just want to go and be around people for once. Well, that, you know, initially I had gone into the week with the expectation that I was going to be off on Saturday, and that it was a great time. And honestly, that being short on that cash or like spending that money at the pre-release would have hurt me a lot more if I actually had Saturday off, because then I would have wanted to go out and do some like things by myself for Saturday and wouldn't have had the money to do it. So I guess I'm glad that I ended up working the next day anyway. Also, it ends up being 8 hours of overtime from last week. And this week is the first week I've had in 3 weeks where I got both of my days off and didn't work any overtime. So which, you know, on the one hand is great because it means I get to fucking relax. And on the other hand, it's like, ah, damn, I don't get any extra money next week, but that's fine. It's a thing that I think people tend to forget a lot, is that like your job, the stuff that you do for money is supposed to serve you to an extent. Like the money that you make is supposed to be there for you to do things that you want to do and make ends meet, and, you know, make sure that everything that you need to take care of is taken care of. And once that stuff is done, perhaps a whimsical cherub will t-shirt cannon some Benjamins at you. God, I hope. Yeah, I think a lot of people tend to forget that like the money is supposed to serve you, not the other way around. Like the whole point of you getting paid to some extent, or like working, is to have the ability to go do shit. So if you've made any amount of money and you have even a little bit for yourself to spend on things that aren't entirely necessary, like if you have the ability to spend some money on some, you know, random frivolities, then just fucking do it. Like, you can't take the shit with you when you die. And, you know, if you're one of those people like me who doesn't have any kids and doesn't really intend on having any kids, there's going to be no one to claim that money when you die anyway. And, you know, if you live the way that I get stuck living a lot of the time, you're not going to have anything to pass on to anyone anyway. So you're only going to have the stories, and the only way to have stories to tell is to have a life that you actually lived. And there's nothing wrong or amoral or, you know, irresponsible about just wanting to live your life. And I'm sure there's always going to be somebody who's going to disagree with me on that particular front. Of like, well, you could be more careful with your money, or you could do X or Y. It's like, shut the fuck up. Fuck you. It's my money. As long as my bills are paid, whatever happens after the bills are paid is my fucking business. I'm never gonna be a dragon. There's nothing for me to gain from sitting on the money and waiting for it to fucking hatch. It doesn't mean that I don't want to save money. It's just more or less, you know, because I've been furnishing my apartment, the option to save money just really hasn't been there recently. And that's, you know, that's partially my own fault of me sitting there, you know, looking at the stuff that I would like to have for my apartment and thinking about, you know, the whole getting everything furnished and being like, damn, I just kind of want this out of the way. And, you know, I could just be saving money and just living with my apartment as is, but it's like, no, I want to be able to, like, have people come over and hang out and do stuff, and I can't do that if my apartment's not exactly ready to accommodate guests. So I'm just doing what I have to do to make my apartment, what's the word I'm looking for? To make it so that my apartment is ready to accommodate guests when I have them. Because that matters a lot to me. Hey. But I'm going to take this week off from buying apartment amenities, and I'm just going to try and actually save some money. And then we'll just go back to buying stuff next week. I mean, I've only got a handful of things on my list that I need to pick up right now, or that I need to pick up for the apartment as a whole. Like, I still need... There's like a prep table I want to get for my kitchen just so I have a little bit more counter space to do kitchen work on, because the thing that I already bought is a little bit small and doesn't give me a whole lot of, like, wiggle room. So I have, like, one thing for that, and it's also extra kitchen storage space. The coffee table that I have in my Amazon wish list, and I found, like, another, like, little table for the living room that I want to pick up, and that's just, like, another thing that I'm just going to be stacking stuff on top of. Primarily because I need a place to put all the extra Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh stuff that I have, so it's not just sitting in a bin in the middle of my fucking hallway. So that's really it. It's just like 3 actual pieces of furniture. Yeah, coffee table, shelf, kitchen thing. And I have to buy, like, my actual kitchen utensils, like my pots and pans and stuff, because right now I only have the one. I have one pot or 2 pots that I use for cooking, one that I do basically everything in, and one that I use strictly for making rice. I don't make anything else in that one pot except for rice. And then I have my cast iron skillet, which, you know, you got a good cast iron and you treat the fucking thing well, you really don't need much more than that. But I have an aesthetic I want to accomplish for my kitchen, so that is purely a me problem. Clipping mask. Come on, you bastard. That said, let me take this opportunity before the ad to do this. Give you guys the old exclamation point pride, which is our the 3 Tiltify donation links for the fundraisers that we're currently doing for the Trevor Project, Trans Lifeline, and Stonewall Community Foundation. And we can do this. We'll put in Trevor to give you the info on the Trevor Project, Lifeline for Trans Lifeline, and Stonewall for the Stonewall Community Foundation. I have all their websites linked, so if you want more information, you can go check it out. They're all very good organizations. They're all very important during these questionable and trying times that we're living through. So, you know, if you get nothing else from being here today, please go check those out. Like, you don't even really have to donate anything, but at least go read about the organizations, see if you like the work that they do. And, I mean, granted, if you don't, then I don't know why the fuck you're here, if I'm being entirely honest. Especially if you're someone who follows me from Blue Sky, like 99.9% of what I draw is artwork of lesbian characters. So, like, kind of weird to be here, unless you're one of those weird people who's like, I don't understand gay men, but man, gay women are hot. Like, that's weird. You're a weirdo. Leave me the fuck alone and leave me out of whatever it is you're doing with your hand off screen. We got an ad starting in 1 minute. So, you know, take that opportunity. Go get yourselves a beverage or a snack. Oh boy. Welcome back from our ad break. I had to go look for my old artwork of Dumpling to see if I can put her colors together, because I know that she has brown fur. I just can't remember the rest of her color scheme, and that's where my problem's coming in. To give y'all an idea as to how long it's been since I've drawn this character, the last time I drew this particular character, I was doing stuff strictly traditional. So the only other drawings of her that exist besides this one are in one of my sketchbooks. Man, when was the last time I actually posted something to Instagram? So long ago. It's long comparatively, I should say. Ah, yes. A lot of her stuff is all brown. Brown, green, blue are her colors. What color are her eyes? Also green. Okay. While I'm on here, I'm going to take a screenshot of this old art. Because I did promise that once this piece was done, I would post it to Blue Sky with the original art to show the difference between where I was the first time I drew this character versus now, at least in terms of like skill level. Her hair is a much darker brown. I think if I'm gonna do that, maybe I'd just go all the way and just make her hair black. We could make her hair kind of like this kind of reddish auburn color. See how that looks? That's enough contrast. I don't want to lean a little more reddish. I really like that. Also, I know somebody might ask the question at some point as to why Dumpling only has 3 fingers, and the fact of the matter is, she is a satyr, and by D&D rationale, satyrs are fairy creatures. Fairies only have 3 fingers, because it's one of the ways that humans are supposed to be able to tell that a fairy is in disguise. It's one of those weird things where most creatures that fall into the Fae category, in their lore, usually have a tell for when they are in human disguises. Something that, by their own code of their own code of reasoning, they can't disguise. For fairies, it's the 3-finger thing. When it comes to certain Japanese yokai, specifically things like the kitsune. When kitsune are in a human form, they have to carry an object with them that's supposed to be like a physical manifestation of their power. It usually manifests as like this little ball that looks like a piece of fur, or some kind of like stuffed toy of some variety. That's the logic of kitsune. Although some of them, depending on the lore that you read when it comes to yokai specifically, can choose to forego the whole like carrying a toy with them that holds their power if they instead choose to maintain the tails and ears of their natural form. The problem is that this sometimes makes the person appear, at least to monks and such, as what's referred to, with kitsune, it's called the kitsune suki, which is like the fox possession, which leads to a lot of like really weird situations. So oftentimes they will just carry an object with them to avoid suspicion. Although, interestingly enough, there is a thing in some of the lore about kitsune that says, if you, as a person who encounters a kitsune, can steal that little ball or that little like power object from them, they will be required to do whatever it is you ask of them to get it back. I will say, however, there is a lot of explicit shit in the lore that basically says, yes, they are required to do a favor or something for you to get their little power object back. However, they are not required to let you live after they get it back from you unless you specify that. Which is why when people talk about yokai, I'm like, yokai are just Japanese fairies, because so much of their logic and their rationale is about the word of what is said to them and not the spirit of what it actually means. And there's a lot of similarities in their methodology of how they do things, which I think is really fascinating. It's always cool to see the overlap in cultures of what they consider to be, how they consider certain creatures in their mythologies. There's a lot of things that, like, to this day, I still have zero explanation for, in terms of, like lore and things. Like, my great-grandmother, so my great-grandmother was born on a reservation in 1901, and there were a lot of things that she just never fucking explained to her kids. And one of the many things that she never explained to my grandmother or any of her siblings, but which they kind of carried through into the modern day for the most part, with some exceptions. There was a thing that she used to do whenever there was a thunderstorm. Now, my grandmother and all of her siblings grew up on a farm in Virginia, and one of the things that used to happen was, doors would be left unlocked. People would come and go in and out of the house most of the time because there were chores to do and shit happening. But my great-grandmother apparently had a very strict rule about doing such things at night during storms. So it was like, if there was a thunderstorm coming in for whatever reason, she would make everybody come inside. She would basically tell them, don't worry about the chores. And she would lock all the doors and windows, and she would cover them very heavily. And nobody ever understood why she did it. And she refused to explain. It was very much according to the story that my grandmother had told, she had asked her at one point, why can't we look outside when it's raining? And my great-grandmother's only response was, Don't worry about why, just don't fucking do it. Which is one of those things that I always thought was very interesting. And according to one of my great aunts, there was a day where somebody decided not to listen to her, and that's one of those things that the old folks in the family have all mutually agreed to not talk about. So that's fun. It's one of those weird little family stories that I'll never get a full answer for, because now it's in the bucket of things that the whole family denies ever happened. Now we need some green. Go for this nice. This is green too bright. It might be. Let's go a little bit darker. We are at least going to get these flats done today. Oh no. I had a terrible realization after putting that green down. With all the browns and the green. She has the same color scheme as fucking Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Now I can't unsee it. Now at some point I need to draw Dumpling, Charlotte, and their boy Rockin' as the. I need to draw them as the Scooby Gang. I do like this particular shade of green, though. Alright. Need something yellow, because her sash is like almost golden color. I have some ideas for the staff, so I think I'm not going to work on that just yet. But her flats are looking really good, actually. Oh boy. That said, it's almost 9:30. I have to be at work at 4:11, so I have to go and start getting ready to set up for that. But despite the quiet nature of today's stream, appreciate you guys for coming to hang out and just vibing today. We'll be back doing this again probably around the same time tomorrow, or no, I can't really say Saturday because Saturday's work schedule is fucking weird. But yeah, you guys have a great rest of your evening and take it easy.